Shadowrum podcast. Normally I would be your GM, but tonight I am just your host, Jeremy. We are still in the middle of a run by our guest GM, Lawrence. And you guys know that by now that we are recording in front of a live Meeple audience at the Malted Meeple. Check them out on the Matrix at www.maltedmeeple.com. You can drop by Tuesdays. We record every other Tuesday night, but if you drop by Tuesdays, there will be a Shadowrun game 90% of the time, 7 o'clock. Tonight's episode, we're going to call this the Shenanigans Horizon. We've gone by, and I think we left a trail of wreckage in our wake. Any intellectual property or rights are owned by the companies we reference. We apologize in advance. I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in about an hour. Do want to let you know we did have some technical issues with the recording setup. I've done what I can. Can't fix it.
Hold on a second. So how are y'all? So what are y'all doing?
I'm gonna wear my action hero business stuff, and I also have facial sculpt.
Wait, are we looking fancy or are we looking like panhandle?
No, I'm gonna look Japanese.
Don't look like a panhandler because you will get arrested, especially in this security.
6 dice to look like a Japanese man.
Go outside and pretend to smoke.
I'm wearing an armored suit and I look like your bodyguard.
Okay.
You're a troll. Why would a Japanese man have a troll bodyguard?
I don't know.
Well, actually, no, they would.
Yeah.
Why?
Trolls are good at hitting things.
Supposedly I'm lesser than him and he doesn't care about me, right? Are you driving us there?
Yeah. I will rent a car,
Oh, we
I'll send
can
Gus.
take the bus.
or I'll take the bus. I don't care.
Isn't there public transportation?
I'll get a. Okay.
That would be
I'll just watch him get
the
in.
safest.
I'll just say
There's
something.
a little bit of public transportation here, but it's not that great.
Taxi of some kind just drops us off in the area.
Yeah, I'll like get it up.
Tifflery.
Well, all my vehicles are in Seattle, so.
I'm going to go ahead and give the rundown then. These two are going to be standing outside of his building, and they're going to be identifying what security physically accompanies him at all times.
Okay.
He's going to be following his vehicle to work or from work, whichever would be easier for you, to determine what type of vehicle is used and how it's generally driven, who all is in the vehicle with him. He will be heading down to the Benraku parlor to see if he can't figure out what this guy's tastes in flesh puppets are.
Flush puppies?
Hush puppies.
You can't eat them, I don't think.
All right, we'll start. So I want both of y'all to make etiquette tests first.
Oh, etiquette?
And he will need to look for magic.
What do we roll for etiquette?
During transit.
What is your
Or probably your etiquette skill.
I don't have an etiquette.
Your charisma -1.
At least you didn't critically wish.
Your bodyguard.
Your bodyguard, your big dumb troll, and this jet.
So everyone.
I guess actually, do you have the intimidate skill?
I don't think so.
Nope, I don't think
Okay.
so.
You could have. I would have allowed you to roll that instead.
Mm-mm.
This is the fitting in.
No, I don't fit in.
Big troll bodyguard does not fit in.
That's very true.
Yeah, I
fits
look
out,
obvious
and that's the whole
everywhere.
So you said you got 3?
Yeah, you're like a troll in the china shop.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's bigger than the
can you
bull.
describe to me how y'all are going about this? I want to get in a picture of like what. Because y'all are waiting for him to come out.
And we're kind of like walking. Is there anything else in this area besides the apartment building? Any kind of shops, any kind of food, any kind of anything else? That
This place,
Business area?
This part is on this side of the highway. It's a lot of like residential buildings, so like high-rise condominiums, and then a big 4-lane road. On the other side, there's more commercial places where people can go.
I think we're gonna kind of arrive, like we're gonna head in to like talk to someone about renting an apartment here. Isn't this an apartment building?
It's
like the condo.
Condo, and maybe people still have to buy condos, right? Is there a tenant or
So
anything to talk to?
what we're going to do is we're not going to go there immediately. We're going to go to 3 or 4 other condos and get brochures.
Okay.
And then when we go there, we're going to also walk in and see if we can get a brochure. And then I'm just going to be kind of reading the literature while in the parking lot. But well enough away from the building not to avoid security.
Okay, so you're going to be reading the literature for the
various condos I'm considering.
Make this apparent. He leaves for work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so the day before,
He comes back at what, like
6
10 o'clock at night?
But we're mostly
He
kind
works
of,
12 hours. So
but we're trying to kind of scam not just on
In
him, but in the
Japan,
whole
he works till 10
area.
o'clock at night sometimes.
that's fair enough.
Yeah, maybe not so just much on
Yeah,
him, too,
so,
the whole
you know,
area, like what's
yeah.
going on, like where the cameras
Right.
are, are there a lot of bushes, is there any kind of coverage, and what are we going to be walking into?
And this is when we find out.
so
he's an
what we are is,
He's an-
okay, I'll have this literature, but my story is that we're an advance agent for another business associate, not to be named, that is, looking to move into the area, and we're getting this person some first-hand knowledge of where they would like to live. So we're also going to be looking at checking out the restaurants and other amenities in the area on a first-hand basis. So around 6 o'clock, we're just going to be happening to go by the apartment. Or
6 p.m. I assume.
condominium.
Yes,
6 p.m. Given the research we have to do, it's going to have to be 6 p.m.
Okay, so you're going to go in the evening then, as opposed
Yeah,
to
we're going to have to.
you're
or
gonna
else
go.
yeah,
We'll still be able to figure some information out.
yeah, because that's much more plausible.
Okay.
Yeah, my
So in the afternoons, we're going to be going around the shops and making notes and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you made your let you keep your etiquette. So when you get to the building, like it's definitely locked. There's no way you're going to get in. Like this
Okay.
isn't like there's no indication that there's a way that you can get into like get brochures for the place.
Mm-hmm.
There's AR displays out front that's like if you're interested, take this data packet, blah blah blah. But there's no going in.
Couldn't call ahead of time, like the day before, and meet somebody?
Now,
ooh, that's true. Can we schedule a tour? Around 4 o'clock or so.
You guys might not be able to, but you might.
You can call the receptionist.
Maybe it's call people.
Yeah, just call the receptionist. Say, hey, I want to look at
Yeah,
the
he's
computer.
busy with the Ben Raku.
Yeah, we should probably do the Ben Rockwood first because you
Yeah.
do that tonight, whereas all of your research should be.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll come back to us.
okay.
All right, so
Anytime you guys save the puppies.
I'm going to start with disguise. I do have a theatrics kit.
Are you going to take someone with you?
Someone's going with him. He may not realize someone's going with him, but someone's going with him.
That's fine.
You take the mage with him?
Do not look like myself with the disguise kit. Two.
I would like to give him some backup for him.
And then I would stop by a bar first and make sure that I have a very smelling drink, but not actually drink a lot of it. And then kind of wander towards the place staggering and not exactly trying to hide this, just kind of walk in like a little bit drunk, man.
Okay.
Hi, my friend here said, where'd he go? Spinner. This was a good place to go for takeout.
All right, make a performance roll. This is acting. Do you not have that skill?
No, I don't.
I will allow you to substitute etiquette if you have etiquette.
Okay, I can do
But
that.
definitely not the high society.
I have one hit.
Who went with him? Like,
You!
you did?
No,
Oh, no?
no, he's gonna be doing astral stuff.
Oh.
But I have a set time. He told me to look into it during the commute.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Which
trying to
I only
hide
have
this,
12
but
hours
since I don't know you guys, I wouldn't have
I
called
mean, it
you.
couldn't hurt to look at the.
Can you repeat what you were saying? I'm sorry.
My friend here who was right here said this was a good place to go for takeout.
You walk into like so the person behind the counters is. Why are you pretending to be drunk?
Who's pretending?
No, just
Now
all you have to do is
now
go.
you can make a con roll.
No, all you have to do is go.
Can I, since I'm
I'm a
looking, can I step in here?
I mean, you can try.
That would be mine.
Stepped on one of your dice.
Well, so you were going in with him?
No.
Well, at first I wasn't with him, but now I'm.
But
Let me rephrase.
at first I wasn't with him. But
now
then
I am.
things didn't go according to plan, so now I am.
No, I understand how.
Oh, my friend came back.
Oh, hey. No. What I meant is I wasn't walking up with him.
Okay.
I was with him. I was just keeping my distance.
In the area, but not.
I got
Trying to do your real
Now, I just
Take
want
it
to do one thing.
Okay.
And I want to walk up to them and say, "I'm sorry, my friend's a little nervous," and I'm going to show them a ebony cred stick.
Okay, so what did you get on your...
3 hits.
Well, never mind.
No,
Maybe I don't have time.
Okay,
I'm gonna go see.
so they kind of soften a little bit and say, "So this is not a restaurant, sir.
Right, he wasn't. You weren't saying this was this kind of takeout. It was the candy kind.
We are a massage parlor, sir. If you would like a massage, you can make an appointment for one of our masseurs.
It's either gender is
Or masseur. I think masseur is,
I think
That's
maybe
that's
true.
French.
Yeah.
But I think most popular culture nowadays just says masseuse.
Yeah, and monsieur is like the male version of mistress.
I mean,
Like if a woman has a man on the side,
Yeah.
it's her monsieur.
Oh, I don't want one of those. So,
When tabletop
is there like
goes awry.
a menu or something I could look at?
just say if you want to check out our AR display for all the
Oh, right. There it is.
all of these are masseuses that are available, and if you want to make an appointment and
So I hear that there's this thing that's very popular among scientific types. It helps their brains grow smarter or something. What is that cranial, intracranial smart thing that they do?
she kind of looks at you like she doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, I keep hearing these stories about these doctors and these scientists that go for massages and this supposedly makes them smarter and stuff. I mean, there was an article about some hero that said something about. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember the name of that article?
Am I there?
I'm winging it.
If you want to be, you can be.
Okay. What happens when I show the cred stick?
I mean, the attitude softens even more, but it's still the kind of same spiel. Like if you want to make an appointment with our masseuses, we can gladly, set you up with one. And it also shows like the prices. Ones are more expensive. If you show the ebony cred stick, they'll say,
appointment.
"Oh, these might be the ones that are more suited to your tastes." And it'll
Yes,
Sure.
yes, the appointment. Excuse me, I think I have it on my phone.
So,
Obi-Wan
first,
Decker.
while they're doing this, matrix perception. That's just computer, right?
computer plus intuition.
My goal basically here
Plus
is
two
to be
for
enough of a
hot
distraction
Yeah.
and just do the
Did
social.
you drive there?
Right, it was plus 2.
Massage smart things.
Right.
Decomancers get +2 for perception also.
No, but you get a. But if you're hot
I
sim,
figured
you
it
get a
was
bonus.
plan.
Oh, look.
To all matrix actions. Plus 1 or plus 2.
I just wasn't sure what it was.
It might just be plus 1.
Did you drive
I mean,
there? 'Cause
if we can get the information out of them by talking, I'm all for that. But if we need somebody to run interference while somebody else is hacking the computer beside them, I'm more than willing to talk and keep their eyes on me by making a fool out of myself, because I don't look like myself.
It's probably not going to be them, though. It's probably going to be like a spider or something.
You find
That's a
a
Shadowrum, that was fine.
Masseuse
Can't tell what rating
he
it
goes
is.
to.
Sorry, say again.
Yeah, 7.
If we can figure out if he has an appointment, who the masseuse would be, and then we could also get an appointment with that
We
same
are
masseuse
going to hack on the fly.
to be able to pump them for information.
Post.
That's my thinking.
If this is a Japanese themed massage parlor, there's most likely going to be a matron,
Right.
and that's the person I think you want to talk to.
Okay.
That's just my 2 cents.
But I would like to have enough base knowledge before we go in, actually past the gate, to know who we should be asking about.
You didn't.
Anyways,
Use the black one.
You have a mark. What programs are you running?
I am running. I was just about to tell you that. Baby monitor, browse, stealth, virtual machine, and a pager's
Maybe virtual machine.
You have 4.
browse and virtual machine.
Your God scores 4.
4 gods.
Okay, so I have a mark. So to get you an appointment, I would need an edit file.
You need to actually get. So you need to enter the host.
Okay.
You get the mark on it. Now you can go in. Which I think you don't have.
You can just
go
go
in.
in.
You don't have to make a roll once you have the mark, right?
Right.
Technically, you're supposed to make a hack on the fly roll to get in. I forget what the threshold is. Hack on the fly, brute force. You use the same thing that you use to get marks to get in.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Interaction host is a. There's no test.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You just go in. So you're
That's for changing the rates. Is the hack on
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go in. I want to edit the file to.
It just takes an action.
Well, you need to find the file
Yes.
first. So you
Which is
just need to make
matrix
a
perception. Which is that
It's perception.
logic or intuition plus computer for that?
Well, I guess maybe
Always
it's.
computer plus intuition.
Yeah.
Research and perception, computer intuition.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's like sleep. I guess it's the host ratings times 2 typically.
No.
Unless you have a specific thing set up for it.
Yeah.
Perception is used to find hidden things. So it'll probably be perception.
That's oh, so that was not great. Did you get a hit?
Yeah. For
Okay.
once. 7 hits.
Okay. If you, any question, so you find the file that you find the appointment book file that you're looking for.
Do I find the file? A file related to this guy's name. I'm looking for this guy's name on the host.
Okay, so the initial search, instead of trying to get them a thing, was for the guy's name.
No, the initial search was to find the files, the book, but can I get more information from that matrix perception or not?
You get 7 hits. You find the area where all of the different appointment book files are. So you have like, yeah,
Client list?
yeah. You can.
And with the client list, I'll copy down. So first thing I want to do is put their name in the account.
Okay, so you're gonna need to get a mark on. Or I guess you have the.
Well, I've got the
It's
mark
not
on.
host, so he doesn't have to have the mark.
Okay.
Because it's the same.
Yeah.
But if you copy the client list, you could probably blackmail him.
Yeah, because you only need one to edit file.
Yeah.
Among other things, yeah.
So what time are you making the appointment for? Just now?
What time is it?
What time are you going?
it would probably be evening.
Well, I was thinking like early afternoon.
Well, first thing we met, what time did we meet the
Johnson?
Johnson?
Probably.
So it was at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the afternoon.
This is against
8 o'clock in the
people, so
evening,
definitely.
and then I did like
3 hours.
3 hours of
Probably one,
matrix
two,
surgery.
I imagine that I went to.
So we went to sleep, so it'd be the next day,
Yeah.
probably morning time at this point, or we wait for afternoon.
Well,
I imagine
the
y'all would've waited
massage
for-
parlor probably wouldn't be open in the morning, I wouldn't think.
Probably not until at least noon.
I would
Yeah.
say 10 at the absolute earliest.
Yeah.
I would say this place probably doesn't open until like 11 o'clock.
I was just saying,
So
well,
that's
This
morning
changes our
massage.
timetable a little bit. They would actually need to go first.
well, no, they
No, we're waiting
they're
till
6
like,
p.m.
yeah, we're waiting till the.
Maybe someone can.
So we'll say 1 in the afternoon, because that should give us enough time still to set them up for success.
Okay.
So then that means it's my turn. At 6 a.m., I tail the vehicle astrally.
Okay.
If you want to finish the Matrix thing, you can go.
Yeah, let's finish the Matrix thing, even though it's just because I've started it. So then we'll go back. And
So that would be edit files hacking.
Mine is hard.
While you're there, see if you can get bodyguard details.
yeah, well, you can.
Like how many is with them?
Actually, I have a.
I'll try, but-
So we'll wait till
Yeah, what is edit file action?
Yeah. I'm cleaning up my notes.
Yeah, it bothers me. It's my mom.
It's a data processing
Like
issue.
computer plus logic.
Computer plus data processing.
Versus intuition.
You're just not rolling well at all, are you?
16 dice, 2 hits.
The medium hates hackers.
Yeah,
I told him on there.
Yes.
Their whole facial expression.
What he said.
That's all.
I'm a grown up.
Hang on, let me see if I can bypass the look.
That was mom.
I'm gonna get you my tower.
But so yeah, my girlfriend and I we've been dating for 14 months.
So that's
We
roll the thing that's rolling.
how
many hits did you get? There's
more to the story.
One that hits, so I believe that means
that's what the
you edit the
hesitation
file to have.
But recently started talking about dating.
So you're adding in
So
their
right now she's finishing up her bachelor's.
an appointment for them.
She's gonna be done
Reasonable time.
Yep. And
And I guess it's for
getting an apartment in Cleveland, and then my
one of them or
over in Falls
For Dustin.
For Dustin.
I think.
okay.
And so it's like, okay, in a couple months.
And then I will send
you know.
him a message on his AR since
So we were talking
I don't trust
about
yours.
I haven't told you about the issues I have. I just admitted to not removing the bug scan or the area jammer from my wetsuit before going swimming.
With
Yeah, I'll
whom?
give you a list.
You can choose like
You do
that.
that. I do all
I mean, this is you can do whatever you feel.
Yeah. So it's like,
Just do what the character will do.
what was the character to anime inspired, a gnome who acts childlike but wants to be treated like an adult.
leader in most cases.
Men.
Yeah.
What?
Totally.
I just heard you describe men.
You
Act
totally
childish,
set
but
up
want to be
like-
treated like an adult.
Like a
It's
guy.
interesting seeing you with your hair down.
Oh, but my hair is bothering me because it's still wet from the gym because I have a lot of hair. So I put it part down.
I will find a tame sounding name.
Okay.
It's a little bit exotic and schedule for that.
Okay.
And I'm also
Sparkles.
copying. No, Sparkles is my fixer.
Is your fixer?
Poppy Sparkleton.
I'm also going to copy down that client with information, especially if it's got anything on her personality.
Okay.
Who he has. Wait,
Most
I got the
situations
log.
that
I'll
tend to
just
be
copy down the appointment
leader,
books.
stuff like that. And her personality.
Is that another edit file? We'll copy those.
And really just like,
No,
hey,
She's in your
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
I think it's just
So
edit,
she doesn't
yeah,
mind me
and it's
being
a-
charged in a lot of ways.
Yeah, don't copy that.
Because for her, that's very relaxing. And for me, not to have to fight, it is very relaxing.
Thank you.
But,
That is nice.
Any better?
I forgot the point of the
Yes, 5 hits.
There you
I
go.
don't know, I guess I'm just excited about it.
And
About
halfway,
that, yeah.
you can do halfway and kind of
How many hits?
like middle
She's
Pretty dusty.
probably going to
Yeah,
get
two
a
now.
job.
All right, you know I can play this.
So I'm thinking
God
like
score is like up to
maybe the farm area or a little something like that.
And I am. Anything else? Dustin has an appointment in 15 minutes with such and such. Anything else you need from me?
Okay, am I such and such?
So because that's I work in Fairlawn. So
I give
it's
you
just
a
short
name
time.
of a masseuse.
Yeah, what's the name of the masseuse?
Somebody made it.
Oh, I thought the name of the masseuse was Dustin.
No, Dustin says
No, that's Dustin.
Oh, that's Dustin. Okay.
I thought his name was Doug.
I was gonna say I can.
I thought his
can
name
play
was
this.
Dave.
We can play this
I
off.
thought it was Doug Barker.
I mean, like, we're trying to add a little spice into our relationship here.
No. You brought that. So,
You're gonna bring your girlfriend to the Roku bar and try to get another person in?
That's right.
Hey, that's
Hey, we have money. We're high class
if
purpose.
that's it, I'm gonna reboot.
Okay.
their bubblegum flavor.
Yes. Sorry, I made the appointment for it.
Oh, sorry, find one to change the paper.
Oh, Dustin? Okay.
We have. Do we want to pause and do this?
No, I was just really
Yeah, we can
impressed
do
with all the
that.
conversation.
Okay, so you're going to try to follow
Disturb half
the
the table. I'm rather impressed with myself.
find him leaving the apartment complex and going to his work. You're going to try to do that. Okay. You know that he leaves at 6 a.m. So are you going to get there? When are you going to get there?
I don't really know how fast do I travel?
I would suggest
Actual speed of thought.
I would suggest
Natural speed of thought.
Yeah, it's really.
Okay, so I just kind of.
I would
there.
suggest like over the.
I'll do within.
Do not be on
like
the
an hour before you leave.
Yeah, do not be on the property. You don't want to attract other spirits.
Yeah, there's spirits there that are watching.
So I would say like over
You might
the
want
road.
to check to see that
Yeah.
Unless it looks like you're going from point A to point B. If you were to just
Does
sit
anyone need
through the
water?
city while he's driving
No thanks.
and just only pay attention to that, as long as you don't hit any mana barriers, you should be fine.
too. If you hit any mana barriers or spirits, good luck.
Or just go above. I mean, nobody's going to be sure.
Thanks, buddy.
If you look like you're just
I'm gonna pour it over here. 'cause
going
I'm
for a
really
spiritual
trying
jaunt,
material.
I mean, as long as it. How can I put this? You're moving so fast that you can check on the car, go across town, come back, check on the car, less than a millisecond later, go to some other part of town.
Okay, the first thing I'll have you do is
I guess.
More chips? Thank you. Let me get this out of the way. Anything else out of the way? Open the basket.
Can I get a Diet Coke?
if you're trying not to be obvious,
You are.
you'll need to make a sneaking
Diet Coke.
test.
Would you like ice?
Yes,
you
please.
have
Like straw?
sneaking.
Yes.
I do not.
Here's some ice in this cup right here.
I want the fancy Diet Coke with the ice and the straw.
What do you
I just filled this pitcher.
Here, default to astral
Okay.
agility.
More water. Do you want me to bring the picture back?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Could I have
Astral agility.
Come on, get those.
No, you got your hands full.
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
Have a free pinky. Those are my.
Christmas.
The amazing. Thank you.
Yep.
I know. Intuition is
Same, same.
reaction.
You say hello?
Oh,
Astral agility.
that isn't logic, is it?
I think logic is strength, and then willpower is body. So yeah, I think your charisma is agility. We'll go with that for now. So roll your charisma -1.
Yeah, I don't do astral all that often.
Yeah.
And Dave can't go astral.
I've
so-
never done it.
Agility is logic.
That's some crazy dreams.
So then,
Yeah.
Should be your logic.
Well, we're
minus
not
one.
perverts. I think we should have some shitty
Strength is
dreams.
charisma.
Well, I will now.
okay. Then roll a perception check, which is your intuition plus perception.
I have a feeling after today's session, Shadowrum's going to get even sillier.
No.
I don't think that's possible.
I went from 8 dice to 1.
Right? I think we've already hit, like, I don't think it goes over this.
1 hit.
The event horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, we've hit the event horizon.
So you
Silliness.
pull up. And
So
you're
the
showing-
Shenanigans horizon has been breached.
It's a weird one.
Where we're going, we don't
The
need eyes.
Shenanigans horizon, I've never seen it. Is it good?
Probably has Adam Sandler in it.
Yeah, it's true. But it actually charges super fast.
Oh, then it's definitely not good. Wait,
So
hang on.
you arrive
Three
and
O's or
you're like
O's?
kind of trying to
Priest.
stay out of
Okay, that might be
sight.
good.
You're not sure how well you're
Back when he
doing
was
with
stuck
that.
in the 80s.
You're trying to take a look out to get a good look at
During
like
the 90s.
him leaving the apartment
Somebody's
so you
like
can
that.
figure out where he is. Because you
I
know,
also want to take note of, like, what time he leaves the building?
There's a problem with that because you can't really tell time in astral space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's no
that's the magic
good
place
way
that
to
was
tell because you can basically what you have to do is kind of look at the time before because you can't read in astral space. So
Right.
like you don't have a watch, you can't read a clock. So you're just gonna have to try to figure it out. You can make like some kind of roll after you're done to try to figure out like what the time has passed. So you're taking a look out, trying to see, and you find an astral form. You're seeing astral forms, leave, come out, and then you see one come out and get into a car, and it looks. You're not 100% sure if it's this guy, but you suspect it might be, considering of some of the people you've seen like come and go before this guy. This guy seems to have a lot more people around him. So you see him get into a car that is flanked by 2 other cars, and then they drive off.
So what I see is so the scientist is awakened.
No. You just see an astral form.
Okay.
Like you just see his form. He's not awakened though. I mean, you have to make a. I guess do you have a sensing?
Yes, I do have.
Yeah, go ahead. You can sense the form.
But wouldn't that make me more visible?
No.
You're just reading the aura, and you're basically.
Yeah, so then it'll be intuition plus a sensing. Okay. I believe that will tell you that he is not awakened, and it looks like he has a little bit of cyberware. And
are there any?
His emotional state is just kind of a little tired and.
Cyberware on the scientist?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably did.
And excited for the day. He actually likes his job. So what were you gonna say?
Do I see any of the so-called spirits that?
So you see there's an air spirit that's patrolling outside of the building.
If you're not getting too close, it shouldn't be that big. You might notice you.
I think his question is there a spirit patrolling the car?
Yes.
You don't see a spirit patrolling the car, no.
Check to see if any of the bodyguards are awake.
I'm sure you would have told me that if.
So you see when the guy approaches the car, so he comes out of the building with a guy next to him. So you can sense this person if you want.
Okay.
So if he's figuring all this stuff out, what do we need?
Well, we don't have to go there if he takes care of it.
I think he's taking care of our job too.
Because he all he can see in astral space is blobs.
Okay.
Yeah, I
going-
can count how many figures I see, but I can't really tell who's leaving, who's coming in.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be checking for possible weapon placement.
Unless they're awakened, then I can see them.
Well, you can see everyone. It's just.
But you can see like cameras and stuff, can you?
No, you can't. It's all just big blobs of technology.
Okay.
You might be able to recognize the blob as
You can
that's
see
a
living
car.
things.
That's a storefront, but you don't know that that storefront is making calls.
The person that because they just like so the cars pull up, somebody gets out.
Well, it's a
goes to the
shape
door,
to the blob that goes,
somebody
oh, it's
comes
low,
out.
squat, must be a car.
And then the guy that you think is the target comes out with this other guy. You sense this other guy. He's not awakened, but he has a decent amount of cyberware.
So he's got
No
a
dice,
OS. He's probably like muted or something.
Yeah, it's like there's dark spots in his aura. And then he opens the door, he gets in the car, and then he climbs in next to him, and then the cars drive away. So as of now, you've only seen one person because you can't see through the cars. The windows are tinted.
Right. So how many cars?
There are 3 cars altogether.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They put him in the middle or
The middle one, yeah.
That makes sense.
Can I read license, please? Can't. Alright, so bounce back and forth between the cars as they're traveling to the building.
So are you going to try... So are you... What do you mean by bounce back and forth between the
Like I'm
cars?
gonna go somewhere on like what he said. I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay. You're going to move away and then come back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the cars are driving down the highway. You can make another sneaking test if you want. Okay.
Very sneaky spirit. You're like the sneaky spirit of the Scooby-Doo cartoons.
And then you can also you can make a sensing roll.
Okay.
I guess actually you can make a perception check. I'll do that, and then
I'd rather do a sensing because it's higher.
that. But you have to do perception first.
Okay.
Now you don't have the perception skill. It's
I do-
perception
no, I
plus
do.
intuition.
Right.
Yeah, anytime you roll, it's most of the time going to be a skill plus an attribute.
No hits.
So sneaking would have been stealth plus.
He doesn't have stealth. Right? I'm assuming you don't have sneaking.
No,
Yeah, because the skill is sneaking, I believe.
Stealth is a skill.
Yeah. You don't. You see the cars go down the road. They drive. They turn a couple of times, and then they pull up into this big blob of a building, and the cars pull up to. They pull up to a gate.
Okay.
The gate opens. They go into
So
the lot.
can I assume that this is the work?
This seems like a fairly good assumption that this is where he works. So,
Do I see the spirits that are controlling the work?
there are definitely spirits at the workplace for sure.
Okay. How many are there? Can I sense that?
From your current location, you see at least 4 spirits.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What level?
You would have to sense them to do that.
I wouldn't stay there too long because it'll probably
The fact that there's 4 spirits is probably all you need to know.
But
especially since you're an astral right now.
if there are a lot of mages already present and a lot of spirits present, that means that mages can and will go through along with people, so you can blend in a crowd. You just need to be careful.
But that might require a performance check.
Astral sneaking.
He doesn't have sneak.
I don't have it.
He has one die.
And his astral agility is not great.
Astral con.
I was just saying astral etiquette.
You can sneak
You
in
were-
and everything is astro.
You wanted to know where to put in your
Charisma
application
is,
This should be
strength is
6 or
charisma,
for magical
body
research.
full power.
I don't know much about that.
Reaction is intuition.
Or intuition. Yeah. It's very similar to the Matrix ones with
Yeah.
I want to know what
I
level.
just happened to be unconscious, wanted to put in an application.
Yeah, because when you roll this, that's it.
As a mage showing up and the spirit's questioning you, hi, I'm looking for a job.
No, it's not unreasonable. I just found it amusing.
It's one way to prove you can do better.
5 hits, sensing them.
So,
It's also a real quick way for them to know
what's your
that,
magic rating?
7.
what level
These
of
spirits
potential
are
power you
definitely-
have.
They're lower than
So
your
it's really
they're
hard to.
rank
So
six.
yeah, I'm
They're
13th rank initiate.
Okay.
When you have
So I need to
a
know.
rating
and a
5
combination
magic
of
and
all
have never
4 of the
initiated,
elements.
they can see through that.
Okay.
But-
Back to your body?
Yep.
If you have a rating 5 magic and are going in saying, yeah, I'm okay and I want to get better, I am raw
You
talent.
be passed out in the
Do
car.
you want to use me? They're going to go, you can cast magic, you're not exaggerating,
Driving the car.
we're good.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
get you into
so
general
there's-
position.
No, I'm actually
no way
jumping
to
in the
lie.
car.
So, What name did you choose
Okay.
for him?
What is
Dustin.
What is this?
He's
Steve?
Dustin.
No, for what name
Sorry, I
did you
didn't,
choose?
didn't
for
mean to
him?
sound snide.
For the
I mean, he's a face
I
named
go to
Dave.
relay information and like half the people are unconscious.
I'm trying for a nickname.
Just make sure that you don't get too much notoriety, then you'll be famous, Dave.
No, that's trademarked.
Infamous
No,
Dave?
that would be public's awareness.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You can be famous Dave. You can get missions from Jimmy John's.
And
No,
then
at
you
this
can get a
point, you would
friend and
Father
be Dave
John.
and Buster's.
there you go. Buster.
You know what?
David
I just
Buster.
need 2 more names, guys. We've got 5 guys going.
Kazumi?
yes.
All the food.
Okay, so you're you have an appointment now. So you're
Wonderful.
You get taken back to a room to
I'm going to try to leave a stealth tag on the way down the hallway.
Yeah, do you have the palming skill?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, you can roll it. Where are you trying to leave it?
Trying to leave it somewhere obvious in the hallway so that people go, oh, look, he's just kind of being obvious about it, so they don't notice the other one I'm planting on a door frame.
Okay.
Since I was seen,
Oh,
I'm
dear
just
God.
gonna real quick either just remove myself from.
So you're clearly his fixer.
No, what I'm going to say is like, okay, so do I go in and wait? Like, go away and come back? How does this work?
You can just wait here. You can go away. It's up to you.
So I can go inside and wait?
No, you can't go inside. What do you mean inside?
Do you have a waiting room?
Yeah, there's like a little room that you.
Okay, can I just sit in there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm going to go in and sit in the waiting room.
He's the Michael Cohen to his Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, that was low hanging fruit. I apologize.
2 hits.
Balls first.
So do mine. 2 hits on palming to plant.
Okay, how many? You got 2 hits.
I don't think you should say balls and then palming.
Zing balming.
Wait a minute, that's something different.
That's what I'm going to need to apply in a couple of seconds.
Okay. You do it.
Okay.
Well, that's why he's here.
Heyo.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah.
So they take you to a room and let you in, and they say they
Right, go through the massage protocol, and I try to
It's
quietly...
take off your clothes and
Yeah.
You try to keep rolling over.
And I try to, how do I want to put this? Quietly gather information without pumping for information.
okay.
Farts.
Could you use a phrase that's not pumping?
That has the opposite effect.
How do I want to...
Drilling? Are you drilling for
Are you
information?
able to describe what the
No.
I can
Penetrating questions.
Since you were the one that kind of chose the person.
As soon as I saw his name, I was immediately thinking.
No, I think I'd like to be a little more discreet about it, so...
So you're not going to give him a hard time.
You're not gonna give them a hard time.
Yeah, that's not an anime.
You're gonna be extra soft.
I was going to go for something that was obvious. No, I'm going to drop that one. Yeah, just quietly asking information and just general about what general customers like, and then kind of quietly stir the direction of the conversation towards whether this particular doctor has been in, not anything prying, just whether he has been in and if he might normally show up, what days that might be.
So the woman, so they take you in anyway, and the woman comes in, and she is
I'm not getting anything.
Japanese woman who. Did you want to?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on
Pretty cool.
It's a attractive Japanese woman with quite large breasts.
Obviously fake.
Cyber is a thing.
So you're
I'm going to go. Okay, whatever.
You're going to give her a couple softball questions.
Dan, I asked Dan what he wanted for him. He told me. So,
My character's an anime trope.
Yeah, so I would reply in Japanese, which would hello,
their
thank
voice
you.
is about 8 octaves
what's
higher.
your skill in Japanese? Okay, I won't make you roll then.
Yeah, what is it? I think I'm rolling like 8 dice.
Yeah, if you had like 3 or something like that, I might have made you roll, or 2, anywhere below that.
Yeah, I have 8 dice total.
Okay.
So, and basically, it'd be polite, quiet, and kind of fish for information.
Okay, roll an etiquette check.
Okay.
I guess I don't think high society would count for this either.
I, wouldn't assume, but etiquette is the smaller of the two. Okay, I'm going to spend a point of edge to re-roll this.
Your social rolls have not been great.
No. My dice are rebelling tonight. Okay, that's
They're
better.
yellow. It's like the worst color.
5.
That's how dice work.
Yeah. Yellow is the most unlucky color.
What's it?
Yellowish.
That's yeah, but they're not like bright ugly.
I mean,
You know why
especially if the yellow is custard.
You know why I got these yellow, right?
Yeah, yellow.
So I can find them when they roll off the
I mean,
table.
that's legit.
What happens to Forge yellow?
Orange, same
Hey, I
reason.
thought someone brought that.
No worries, thank you.
I don't know.
Still waiting on a Coke.
That's Chris's water.
I don't know.
Chris, okay.
Yeah, so 5 hits after a point of edge.
Okay.
Yes.
Your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Okay, I'll be back.
That person you're talking about, I saw him walking around.
Then I guess
I saw him
roll
walking around the room.
Okay.
con. Etiquette is to not seem fishy. Con is to get the information.
Okay, that's fine. I am.
Well,
That's not
he's
successful.
He might smell like fish.
I've done some checks that.
I could roll Surfer Chick if you want me to.
Did you ever see that episode of Seinfeld that Kramer had the idea of having a phone at the beach?
Yeah.
Oh, much better.
I've not seen those episodes, but that sounds like it'd be hilarious.
6 hits.
Okay,
con.
so you're trying to steer the conversation in a certain way and ask questions about this guy.
Modern times.
You get this, so you get a kind of double kind of feeling from your masseuse. One of them is that she doesn't want to, she doesn't know a lot, like she doesn't know a lot about this guy,
Right.
but she also doesn't want to, she doesn't want to share what she knows. You're able to kind of loosen her up a little bit, and she
and she's like, what are you going to do about it? 'Cause he gave
says that he doesn't come around a lot,
What do you
and
do?
people like her are the people that he's interested in.
If you don't think
It's more the American bimbo kind of.
Oh, so he doesn't have class.
And that's
Okay.
the kind of that's basically the extent of the information that you
you're not
get.
sharp by it? Of course I was. But
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I would feed back the appropriate responses of
Yeah.
classic beauty deserves higher standard customer. Kind of grateful that you aren't normally one of his clients, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, she graciously thanks you for your
Okay.
compliment or whatever.
So after I'm assuming like an hour's worth of fishing, I'll spend the next 3 hours just enjoying myself.
Okay, and this is just a massage. There's no actual like hanky panky.
That's fine. I really, a good massage is worth any time in the water.
She doesn't suggest a little extra for money?
I'm tipping anyway. It's his money.
How much of a tip are you giving?
She doesn't ask you if you want everything?
Just a tip.
Just the tip.
No.
She doesn't ask if you want the full, everything,
Isn't there like a...
what kind of massage would you like, sir?
Proof there's literally every single word you can make dirty. Doesn't really matter what
You're not looking for the happy ending?
Oh, I have the happy ending I needed. Maybe not be the happy ending I wanted.
She won't suggest. She won't say anything unless you suggest it. If you don't suggest it, there's nothing.
That goes to the big book.
This is your first time.
Yeah. While the character might know the appropriate routes to go, I am going to close the door on this for public decency.
Fair enough.
Wait, one more.
Are you just saying you don't got game?
No, I don't. I play. I don't have games.
You got the orgasm Gotham needs, not the orgasm Gotham needs.
Hey, who's to say you got off?
That's a good point.
I will assume that Gotham is a TV show.
It is.
We're all being such jokers.
Oh, wow. This one's going down in history.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good point. Yeah.
It's definitely going down since your massage is over.
It's like an avalanche. It just keeps going.
It just keeps coming.
Sorry.
It doesn't stop.
No, it does. It doesn't stay that long.
You might want to get medical attention.
Wait. Lasting more than 2 hours?
How long was this appointment for anyway?
Please call your doctor. No, I'm calling everyone.
Because not only am I calling the doctor, I'm also calling my cheerleading squad,
Right, you're calling everyone. You hear that sound? That's my
Please.
and my cyber clinic for a refill on the medication that I take.
The worst part is, we don't even have alcohol.
How much of my money did you spend?
I only have one beer.
So,
Not much. Only carry the 3.
Okay, what did you guys figure out from this place?
Brad likes American.
okay, I'm okay with that.
That the surfer needs to get out more.
No, man. It's a meditation of the real world. It's like transcendentalist Zen, man.
Million expenditure notes?
What kind of security does he have if he does come here with him?
Escort.
Oh, sorry, escort. Monsieur.
Didn't ask. Don't
How do you
worry.
spell masseuse?
DOG.
Okay. B-A. Okay, got it.
I thought you were going to tell the word pervert for a second.
No, what I was going there for mostly was just to try to find out his tastes, so that we could.
And yeah, he said he found out, or we heard that he found out he likes.
There's a movie, I can't remember what it's called, but essentially someone poses as a prostitute for this guy.
Pretty Woman?
Right?
No, that's the other way around.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Essentially, one of our females.
Are you guys going to pose as the prostitute?
Well, if we got information about him, we didn't. We know that he likes.
Well, we've got a logbook.
We also have a logbook of everyone.
Well, I have facial sculpt and access to a party store where I can buy balloons.
Okay, so the females of our group and Beavis.
Don't worry, I can help with the mocha.
Alright, so you guys are still going to
We're
observe the building, correct?
yes, we're checking out the neighborhood, and we just happen to be there at the time he arrives.
Okay.
I'm
So,
gonna roll some perception.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna roll some astral perception.
As I'm walking in, yeah, first I'm gonna do some sensing.
Sensing or astral perception?
Well, no hits on the sensing. I'm gonna do some astral perception.
I'm gonna do the perception, astral perception first, because
Okay.
the sensing is looking at an aura.
I mean, I guess you could stare at like a brick wall or something. I would good guess.
This is a very boring aura.
I only have 3 hits on this. See what.
I'm getting notes of Earth.
2 hits on astral perception.
So man,
Astral, okay, so you see you see the spirit that's the air spirit that's patrolling the building.
Okay.
It is not trying to hide. It's trying to actually look relatively blatant to scare people off. Is what you would assume.
4 hits on the sensing on the spirit.
So it's an air spirit.
Well, yeah, you found out it was an air spirit through your research.
So it's so blunt that I can see it.
Well, you can't.
It's a
No, it's not manifested. It's
okay.
It's on the astral plane, but it's
Oh.
just like it's trying to scare off astral.
Okay, when you said it was so blunt, I was like, whoa, is
Oh
this like,
no.
it's like really scary.
It's a high spirit.
It's a force 5.
It's an air spirit, so.
Force 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do a force 5.
Same.
I'm thinking.
And so you got 3 hits on your perception check. So you do notice clear cameras
Last
on the
force
building
5, I killed
that
him 3
are
times.
over the entrances.
I can survive that.
To get a
They hit
clear
hard.
view of people coming and going from the building, and then you notice some of
Yeah, the drain.
corners of the building.
That's why I was
Can I
afraid.
see like what kind of? Is there like a key entrance? Is it like a swipe card? Is it like a handprint? Can I see like what kind of device opens the door into the apartment building?
The way the door looks, it's a maglock. You think it's done by some kind of card.
Okay.
Okay, can I roll my lockpicking skill to see how, what rating lock it is?
Yeah, it's a probably walkthrough.
Would that be the right skill for it?
Well, no, because lockpicking is an active skill. That's.
But you wouldn't notice what kind of. I mean, you would notice the mag lock.
Do you have a security?
No, I don't have any sort of
Do you
security
have
skills.
any sort of smart link
Well, I have all those things.
Sidewise.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I got trodes on
I
this.
have
So,
cyber eyes.
can I see what he's seeing?
Yeah.
Can I roll corporate security systems on
Yeah.
my block? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I have those things.
You're going to be limited by
Intense
3
eyes
because of the
and
sensor.
stuff like that.
Oh, okay. You're
So,
cybernetic.
three
Yeah,
hits.
I have tons of
You're
stuff.
thinking that it's going to be probably like a rating 5.
Okay. I'll relay that
Yeah,
to
I
you.
have all.
I got.
That's a fairly decent pop.
Plus, I have
That
enhanced
would be challenging
senses.
for me. I got 14 dice.
Yeah, I have enhanced
so
senses and thermovision.
with the quality of my.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you have image link,
maglock
which was
fixed
the
it,
main
we
thing
got
that he was
14 dice.
asking about.
Yeah,
So.
we both have image link on.
Yeah.
12 dice plus rating 2 maglock pick set.
Would my thing tell me, give me any insight of whether it would be wirelessly? Actually, no, that place has a host.
Yeah, I have a smart link.
So to open the lock, we would need the host.
So
we would need to get in.
I want to roll
plant the
perception
data
on where the
data
cameras
tap,
are.
right?
If it's connected to the host, it may not be connected to anything,
Oh, we can see the cameras. They're
You got
right
what she
above.
got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but most
Or
likely
he got.
it's,
I apologize.
that's okay.
We're having
It
gender
most likely
confusion
would be
today.
connected to the host because the host would be monitoring coming guns.
Okay, so now.
Are they pulling up? Are we there early?
I was assuming. You got there a little early, just so.
Yeah, so I'm going to start. So not to attract suspicion, I'm going to start going through the AR feeds and writing down notes on my notepad with an actual pencil. And,
You get a pencil. I mean, there's still trees that aren't held by elves.
with my crayon, whatever, with my pen.
Are you trying to be a highbrow guest or just a regular visitor?
How do you know this isn't a plastic pencil? Like the one you're using.
I'm going to be like I'm going to pose like a concierge type.
Okay.
So, I'm going to try to look classy with my old
Then I am going to
technology.
roll an high society etiquette to know what pen he should be using.
Okay.
Thieves. We need more thieves.
He's doing so well. Okay, only 3 hits to recommend a
You
good
know
one.
what pen it is? He
Without-
doesn't have it though, so.
With material from a specific tree.
Next time, use this one.
Wow.
And keep your pinky up in the air.
Hey Chummers, this is your GM Jeremy. I want to thank you for sticking with us at the Shadowrum podcast for another hour. At this time, the bar is now closed, so we're going to have to settle up our tab. Tops Company Incorporated has sole ownership of the names, marks, logos, artwork, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used with the game Shadowrun. Tops Company Incorporated has granted permission to the Shadowrum podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Shadowrum podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. The Shadowrum podcast is recorded under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. If you have more questions about what that entails, please contact Creative Commons at their website, creativecommons.org. Shadowrum podcast is also hosted digitally by the Relative Dimension and the Relative Dimension Network. For more information or to reach out to them, you can find them at the website relativedimension.com. Hope you're enjoying the sounds in the background. This is Lee Rosenbeer. He was doing the intro and the outro. The intro music is Glass Android. The outro music is Max Flashback. If you want to reach out and contact the Shadowrum podcast, you can find us at Twitter at Shadowrum Podcast, BBCSP, or via email at shadowrum.podcast@gmail.com. That's shadowrum, R-U-M, .podcast, P-O-D-C-A-S-T, @gmail.com. Again, this is Jeremy reminding you to please drink responsibly, follow the laws about drinking ages in your location, and see you guys in the shadows, Jeremy.